Hey guys, welcome back to Max Cars Dawn of War Unification. Today I have a 1 vs 1 for you on Sugar and Oasis. On the one side you see me playing Orks, I randomed Orks, versus, you see in the chat, MrBlueDude, who rightfully so plays Blue Space Marines, Ultramarines. And I am not alone here, I am joined by none other than the Mr Landshark.
Guten Tag, how are we doing?
We are doing fine, it's like a pretty fine day playing on this pretty fine map.
Indeed, I did a cast on the old Soulstorms on this map the other day, and it is quite a spectacular map.
Yeah, and as we had in the pre-talk, I cannot unsee the light cover on the sides, what they are shaped like. I leave it to the imagination of the viewers to what this looks like.
It's Mickey Mouse with a very long nose.
Yes. So back to the game actually. So I go for the stick old standard orc opener, going for 2 sluggers, 1 shooter generator opener, going into Big Mac as well. This is like the one opener I know, and I want to go for a lot of shooter boys because Daka.
Yeah, and I've never seen a slugger build ever be viable in any version or mod of the game. Sluggers just tend to fall by the wayside very, very quickly, so you either go straight into shooters and then transition into storm boys, or just stick with shooters and then eventually get your what are they called? The big shooters? Flash kits, that's what they're called, yeah, flash kits.
Yeah, flash kits really late. It can be viable, especially against Necrons, at least in vanilla, because Necrons have if you just run at them, they are really weak in the early part, so that can be good. And then you normally, yeah, as you said, try to get some storm boys out and whatnot. I like the Daka way of having like a lot of shooters. It is, as you will see in this game as well, has its weaknesses. But yeah, this map is so beautiful. I can't get over it. Like the things that go to the slag deposits on both sides. Then you have like a little camp, destroyed Imperial Guard camp on the one side. Valkyrie crashing down on the other side. It's so beautiful.
Indeed, and not only that, but like you've got lots and lots of negative cover, light cover, heavy cover. Like I mean, especially like around this critical location, heavy cover on either side, so it makes assaulting this critical location very, very difficult. Although this heavy bolter, insane. That's not being very defensive. Going to be slapped around by your big mech. Was instantly wiped out.
That's how you want to engage any turret or listening post, is let your commanders tank and have your squads on the back. But yeah, here and now trying to be even more aggressive, but this is a listening post and some space marines, so let's see how this turns out. I lose 1 shooter already, so and then yeah, it's time to leave here. Nothing I can go for. On the one side you see some sluggers running some scouts, but they will probably run too fast. We will see. Now they return to capping duty for this relic. On the other side I got the critical location as well, and now trying to get some aggressiveness going on the other side as well. In the middle I'm just content sitting here while there are some scouts. Do they have? No, they do have not snipers yet, and some space marines. Fourth commander is out for MrBlueDude. Just like, I like the name.
Oh yeah.
He's a really nice guy. He's quite active in the Discord as well. Really constructive criticism and whatnot. So he's a good guy to play with and discuss as well.
Yeah, just a shame he likes Ultramarines, really. But yeah, so these sluggers on the right hand side, they're going to be chased off by the Force Commander as well as his Space Marines, leaving the centre a little bit unguarded, but he will decide to turn around. I imagine that 1 squad of shooter boys and a big mech would be able to take down this upgrade listening post if it was undefended by anyone else, but it would take a big chunk of health from your big mech. You do now have 2 shooter boy squads starting to go for your big shooters on either squad on auto upgrade, so these lads will be quite lethal once those weapon upgrades come online.
Yeah, for that I would need a freaking pile of guns, which I've probably forgot. But yeah, now I have the 3 squads of shooters here, but my big mech is like, I don't know, forced into this duel, kind of, and yeah, gets killed here. 1 shooter boy squad has only 1 model, so I take a big beating in the middle here, so I need to run to shoot another day.
Yeah, you mentioned earlier that the scouts didn't have any sniper rifles, but now that they do, think one really lethal thing about sniper rifles is that because they usually stand at the back of the firing line, they're very unnoticeable. Over the sounds of all the Dakar and the heavy bolter guns, you don't really hear them. And when you see your Orks dropping really, really quickly, you can almost think as to why that's going on. But sniper rifles are absolutely deadly against most early tier Ork infantry. So be interesting to see how you deal with these guys.
Yeah, that's a big concern actually, how to deal with them. That's why you normally don't go 3 shooter boys. Exactly that. You transition from 1 or maybe 2 shooters into storm boys quickly to have an answer to the superior range squads. I, in my stubbornness, go for big shooters and try to solve the problem like the Ork way. Just throw more Orks at it.
Well, you have managed to get some sluggers over towards their relics, so that will take their attention away. But then again, I mean, I imagine that one force commander would be able to ferry those slugger boys away. Keeping those snipers going down the centre of the map would have probably been a very good idea, just to keep your numbers of shooter boys nice and low. Especially with these big shooters being upgraded on them. I mean, 40 blue money and 10 green money a piece for every upgrade. That's quite an expensive thing to lose this early on in the game.
Yeah, you said it, and that's why I just put my slugger boys on the side, just parking them, not planning on doing them, and I know that he has it soon as there, so I go forth in the middle and, how should I say, intercept him. And now, what are your snipers now?
Haha, take that.
Yeah.
They're still in negative cover, and they didn't have any space marines to do any screening for them, so
yes.
Absolutely deadly at long range, but the moment you catch them out of position, they just don't stand a chance.
Yeah, look at the big shooters go.
Oh!
Daka, 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 daka.
And in Unification, they just make such a wonderful sound.
Yes, it's. I think it's the sound from Dawn of War 2, maybe?
Yeah.
I watched some cast of Indrid where I really fell in love with the Daka sound of the Orks there, so... yeah, killed the Space Marines here, so quite the losses, but I noticed that MrBlueDude is now tier 2, while I am probably nowhere near. No, I'm nowhere near tier 2, so he has used the resources instead of replacing his army, going to tier 2, getting a... where is it? Machine cult out and goes for Landspeeder Tempest.
An ideal counter against these shooter boys. Will be able to whittle down their numbers while tanking the big shooters. Also going to go for a Devastator squad, which just pops now, so will potentially be able to out-Daka, but then again, only 3 Devastators compared to 8, 16, 24 shooter boys, so that's going to be... you have to pull out some serious Daka of their own if they want to push back all your big shooters.
But yeah, the Landspeeder Tempest now drops my Big Mac again, is in a peculiar position and needs to run away. Will he survive? I think he will. Will he?
Oh!
It's like 15 HP or something, yeah. But
Jesus.
now, yeah, now I want to retreat, but you see, and also like Dawn of Pathing, I ordered them to the left and they moved to the right, and all the time the Devastator's just having a field day here.
That is unfortunate.
Painful.
Caught out of position. Yeah, 6 Devastators, absolutely wiping out your shooter boys right there. Imagine to save a good number there, and the reinforced time for these shooter boys is pretty quick. Might want to get these shooter boys out of the negative cover of the river and into the protective left nut of this. Well, we shan't say the word. We shall keep this cast a PG cast. More scout snipers on the right nut of the other light cover, firing away at your lads with this very unhealthy big mech smack bang in the middle.
Yeah, but there's like the Ork thing going, like if you have enough Orks in a squad, you get this war bonus, and one bonus the Big Mac concurs is increased health regeneration. So if the Big Mac is low or squad is low, tag a Big Mac on it and they will regen faster.
Oh, there we go. There's strength in numbers from the Ork perspective. You are going to go for some more blasted research, and about to get... there we go. You've gone into tier 2, 55 pop caps. We'll see what kind of toys you bring out onto the field. Devastators are moving forward with a Razorback Ricarius? It's all Latin. I have no idea how to pronounce that word.
I would in German, but yeah. There's like this guy with the flamer and the heavy bolters on the side, yeah. And I see him and like, crap, this faction also has now this big tier 2 Razorback now, so I need to run away for now. But I'm, as you said, I'm tier 2 now and opting for some. Now the infiltrated. What are again called? Need to switch the perspective. The tank busters. So these are my answer now in tier 2.
There we go. We'll be able to push back that Razorback, and that Razorback's got some serious heavy bolts on there. I mean, it's not what's this? Double, triple.
Yeah, it's
like a sextuple. I think that's the mathematical term.
Yeah, and even has this little storm bolt on the front because why not? And then the flamer.
Yeah, why not? Yeah, can never have too many guns. We do have some assault marines on the field now. Not gone for any of their lightning claws or melt guns at the moment. Probably will just keep them unupgraded. You don't normally see these guys have been upgraded unless it's a very specific build. We'll move over to chase these Storm boys away from their critical location, and it's just a game of leapfrog at the moment.
I jump at you. No, I jump at you. It's like no, I have no chance against this fully reinforced Storm boys. Storm boys, I called them already, the assault marines. So I need to run away and get in this position. I now have also like the custom gadgets, which I got really late, but I now have it. So this I have the decreased range damage taken, and I also have the big sub ability to stun vehicles. And now I use my infiltrated tank buster to move a little forward to see what I can do. But MrBlueDude also has already some skull probes out, so these are the bane of every tank buster.
Yeah, want to keep your distance from them, as these Devastators will be able to rip your tank busters a new one. Will be quite difficult. Although, mind you, the Hellfire Dreadnought, while a lethal walker in its own right, is not specialised in any particular kind of anti-vehicle or anti-infantry. It's just a general all-round kind of support walker. So I imagine your zappy big mech will be focusing more on that Razorback at this point. These Storm boys getting blasted to high heaven. Yeah, also have a Landspeeder Tempest moving on the flank as well.
Yeah, that's actually the biggest part of the Hellfire Dreadnought, the big old knockback. That's what he is really good at. DPS wise, as you said, he is not the strongest in either way, like against infantry or vehicles, but the big old knockback is so annoying. I managed to keep my tank busters alive. I focused, I don't know if I saw it here, but I tried to focus the skull probes. As I see one, I try to focus it because yeah, that's my only win condition here, having this infiltrated tank busters right now.
We do manage to scare away one skull probe. The Razorback's gone down, Landspeeder's gone down. Next thing is that Hellfire Dreadnought will also go down. Now have a Knob Squad moving right in the middle of these Devastators. In fact, almost like running straight past them just to try and catch them in their retreat path, which is a very interesting way to go about it. Shooter boys moving up, tank busters firing away, not hitting anything at all with that volley, but I suppose it's like bonfire night, 5th of November. Like to see a good few fireworks in the sky. Another Razorback moving in, going to provide support, but these tank busters do a serious number of damage to all vehicles when they hit.
Yes, it's like just shoot in the general direction and hope for the best. Yeah, but the knobs, as you say, these are I lose them as we speak, but I got another one out already, so these are my meat shield now against these big old Devastators and Space Marines with their big old heavy bolters and whatnot. So these are my meat shield that I really need to have. I have again lost the big mech somewhere in the middle, but yeah, you have seen that already. So yeah, other than that,
three big mechs down.
Yeah,
but you did manage to take care of that Force Commander as well, so I suppose hero for hero, that's an even trade in my book.
Yeah, so that's now the second Knob Squad coming in. Is he tier 3 already? I haven't noticed it yet, but he goes for as a Vanguard veteran. So MrBlueDude is tier 3, has the tech advantage now, but I have the number advantage, like the Ork advantage here, and just pushing through. Yeah, the Knob Squad not dying, have all the upgrades I can get in tier 2 for them, so they are tanky as Knobs are, and just standing here shooting. Yeah.
As fancy as all the Space Marines technology can be, sometimes all you need is just a big pile of green muscle to slap anything and everything in the way. Do have some Vanguard veteran squads jumping in the mix, going to be pushing your shooter boys back. Also the Dreadnought just charging in, Beyblading about, trying to do this best I can. Also, is that 2 veteran squads, or is it just the? Oh, no, there's 1 Vanguard veteran squad and 1 regular old assault marine squad jumping in.
It's like
causing absolute havoc to your shooters.
This is such a mosh pit. Look at it. Now Nob's joining the fray. It's like everyone just punching them in the face.
It's orc heaven, basically.
Yes,
They
yes.
must be having the time of their life.
Yeah, just slugging away, having the. Luckily, I have some shooters on the sides that are able to shoot now. But yeah, these Nobs, I tell you what, these are amazing. The Dreadnought at the end, on the other side, just mincing away at everything he gets his claws on, you could say. But yeah, I need to reinforce them. There are even now Devastators and another Tactical Marine Squad coming. This is just a big old slug. But I am a tier 2, as I said, and I was getting a what are they called, the machine building, but then I decided I go for the aircraft, and here you have the what I call the Deathcopter support now coming in.
Yeah, those are some interesting little vehicles. I imagine very good against infantry, not so good against the tanks and whatnot, but that's what your tank busters are for. We know the Storm Talon that was there and is now no longer there. These veteran vanguards we're doing a number, but now they are going to have to retreat, as well as the rest of everything else. But Jesus Christ, on a bike, we do have a orbital bombardment, getting a good number of hits on your backline of shooter boys.
Yeah, just moving forward. Yeah, just why should I go back? I just move forward out of this arc, and my Devcopters fully reinforced. I get another squad, I think, in the end, but yeah, he's doing quite the job here, flying around against these flying space marines that come in. But yeah, I can stay in the air, friends. I can stay.
That's it. The Deathcopters own the sky. The Vanguard veterans are only there as tourists. And to be honest, it seems like the Space Marine is being whittled down in numbers.
Yeah, it's
just the sheer amount of DACA they've been able to bring to bear is it's quite impressive, I have to say.
Yeah, it's the economy. I killed like 2 listening posts. He kept everything, even kept this point now, so he cannot afford to reinforce all this very expensive but also very good Space Marine stuff. So I have now just superior numbers. I stick in tier 2 because I don't have the resources for it. I am all busy reinforcing, but yeah, as you say, there's no much left for the Space Marine player here. Oof.
Oh wait, that was just action, aggression, DACA all the way through. That was very good.
Yeah, it was like on the strategy part and execution wise, it wasn't the best as you might imagine seeing me play. But yeah, MrBlueDude, really nice guy. Cannot say enough good things in the Discord. He was like trying to figure out new strategies, how to counter stuff, finding overpowered stuff and everything. Yeah, really enjoy playing him. He's I would say on my power level. The game before was a little more one-sided on my way because he had a faction he has not much experience in. But yeah, enough of that. I like this game because it was orcs.
Absolutely.
So on the closing part, do you want to plug in some information about your channel?
Oh yeah, so on my channel we do Soulstorm, we do Dawn of War Pro mod, which has recently had a Steel Legion update, so very exciting. Do Unification and stuff, occasionally do some Lord of the Rings Battle for Middle-earth, and on top of that as well, if you're interested in tabletop RPGs, I am writing my own from scratch. Imagine D&D, but Napoleonic warfare with muskets and all that stuff, but steampunk edge. You can find all information about that on Stevie George Publishing, on the Instagrams. And we'd love to see you over on the YouTube channel, love to see you on the Instagram, and yeah, that's a small sliver of what I do in my spare time, I guess.
Yeah, so he does a lot of interesting stuff, especially like on the writing part and stuff. So keep his Instagram, give his Instagram a go as well. So see what he's doing. Yeah, and as usual, guys, thanks for watching and see you in the next video.
Peace.